Tonight on Newsbeat.
LSU Basketball is saying out with the old and in with the old.
One team is heading to California as they coast into the Sweet 16.
And our first look at LSU football as they gear up for the fall.
All this and more, your Newsbeat starts now. Good evening and welcome to Thursday Newsbeat. I'm Lexi DeCastro.
And I'm Audrey Foster. Thanks for tuning in.
LSU basketball is seeing major changes as current head coach Matt McMahon is out and former head coach Will Wade is back in. Reporter Roman Clark is in the studio to tell us what this means for
and
LSU
now,
basketball
a Tiger
and some
Sports
major updates across all things LSU athletics. Roman?
That's right, Lexi. Men's basketball is set to hire former head coach Will Wade to renew his former position, pushing Matt McMahon out of the picture. Wade is coming from NC State, where he was just shy of leading the team to the NCAA tournament this past season, leaving a $17.5 million six-year contract after just one season. This isn't Wade's first go-around with the Tigers, as he previously spent 4 seasons coaching in Baton Rouge from 2017 to 2022, culminating in a 105-51 record in his time with the Tigers. And Wade isn't alone in his travel, as former McNeese athletic director Heath Schroyer is on his way to Baton Rouge as well. Schroyer previously worked with LSU president Wade Roos to hire Wade at McNeese and will become LSU's senior deputy athletic director. Kai Hamilton went outside the PMAC to ask students what they think about LSU basketball's new faces.
I mean, it's a refreshing feeling, to have Will Wade back. Matt McMahon couldn't get it done, but Will Wade is the general and he will get it done.
I think since LSU has their competitive offers, bring Will Wade back in will be like a great thing for the school. Maybe able to get some wins in, get the coaching staff going. We'll see what happens.
I think it's crazy, to be honest. I just got to LSU, but the fact that there's so much already happening is kind of insane. And the coaching-wise, I don't want to say I'm biased, but the fact that he might be coming back is exhilarating.
I think it's really, really needed for LSU. They've been really down in the dumps the last few years, and Mark Pope's done a great job at Kentucky. I think they really should follow the roadmap that he's laid over there and just try to become more like Kentucky basketball.
All right.
I do like Will Wade is coming back because clearly our season has been trash. We haven't been winning anything, and it just hasn't been good for the men's. I'm team women's all day, but I do feel like we might turn it around next season, so hopefully that happens.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen the success that we come to expect out of LSU athletics for a couple years now, and honestly, it's lean into it. We are the villains of college athletics. It's safe to say that. I'm all right with that. Start winning.
For Tiger TV, I'm Kai Hamilton.
And while students seem to be more than happy to have McMahon out of the door, what does this mean for the future of LSU basketball? Well, Wade is widely respected as an elite recruiter, previously recruiting a multitude of future NBA talent during his first tenure at LSU. The Tigers are hopeful that Wade's hire could bring this level of talent back to Baton Rouge. Now on to the basketball team, whose dreams of winning a natty this year haven't been cut yet. LSU women's basketball is coming off a dominant 101-47 win against Texas Tech last weekend. With Flau'jae Johnson and Michaela Williams both scoring 24 points respectively, the Lady Tigers continue through the tournament into the Sweet 16, where they will meet Duke in Sacramento on Friday. With their eyes on a national championship, the Lady Tigers will need to continue their offensive output when facing a tough Duke defense led by head coach Cara Lawson. Moving to Alex Box, Tiger Baseball continues their struggles in conference play, taking 2 losses to Oklahoma this past weekend, making them 2-4 in SEC play. However, with the recent blowout win against LA Tech, the Tigers look to right the ship in the upcoming series in Alex Box against number 21 ranked Kentucky. Staying on the diamond, LSU softball recently took down LA Tech in a 9-0 shutout game. This game counts as head coach Beth Torina's 600th career win at LSU, joining the ranks of former LSU baseball coaches Paul Maneri and Skip Bertman, as the only LSU coaches to mark such a feat. Torina and the Tigers hope to carry this momentum into this upcoming weekend as they take on a tough opponent in number 5 Oklahoma. And LSU football is back in full swing as they held their second official practice earlier today. The practice served as a way for guys to connect to their position groups and mend both returners and new transfers into a unit. Transfers say they're adjusting to the Louisiana culture and enjoying getting to know their new team. And while the Tigers aren't back in Death Valley just yet, the stadium is far from empty. If you've walked around Tiger Stadium lately and wondered what the extra commotion was about, we're letting you know what's been going on. Don't go anywhere.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love.
You're mine.
While Will Wade's the talk of the town, he isn't the only fresh face making their way to Baton Rouge.
That's right, Audrey. One star is strumming his way into Death Valley. Reporter Gracie Guillot is live outside of Tiger Stadium to break down the action to come. Gracie?
Okay. That is right, guys. As you can see, they are quite busy behind me because on Saturday night, Tiger Stadium will be filled with thousands of country music fans as Zach Bryan is set to headline. Preparations have already begun here on campus to accommodate the thousands of fans who have already bought tickets. This will mark the fourth stop of his With Heaven On tour and the first event of the Death Valley Live Stadium series that aims to bring world-class entertainment to Baton Rouge. Bryan will also be joined by the indie folk band Camp. And if you're interested in attending the all-night revival, tickets can be found on LSU Sports and other resale sites. Back to you guys at the desk.
Now, Lexi, I'm not the biggest concert goer, but I am a fan of Zach Bryan, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get tickets to see him in Tiger Stadium, which I'm disappointed about, but I did go to his concert in New Orleans at the Superdome, so that was super cool. I went with my sister. We had a great time, but I think he's going to have a special energy here, so I'm really excited to see, you know, how many people show up and just how it goes.
Yeah, and he's the first one to do it, so hopefully he comes in with a bang and sets the precedent for, I know Post Malone and Jelly Roll are coming soon, so hopefully he sets a good precedent for them. Yeah, and while Zach Bryan is gearing up to make his mark on LSU football's home, one former player is now focused on making his mark on the community in a different way.
From running on the field to running his own business, LSU has proven to be just the beginning for its students. Kristen Gracia has the story on how one former Tiger is turning his passion into a career.
From walking onto LSU football back in 2017, former LSU linebacker Jared Smalls is creating a name for himself in the seafood industry. A Baton Rouge native and LSU alum, Jared Small has taken his passion from the field and put it into his food at Boot Boys Seafood. Inside Boot Boys Seafood, Small fills it with Cajun elements to show his love for the outdoors.
During my time at LSU and really my whole life outside of football, I was always in the outdoors, whether that was hunting, fishing, riding horses, four-wheelers.
Although suffering injuries and undergoing immense pressure, He earned himself a scholarship and eventually was a key player here at LSU. Small was on special teams during his time here and played a major role during LSU's 2019 National Championship. Small takes what he learned at LSU and implements them into his business today.
You can do whatever you put your mind to. It's just a matter of getting up and do it. And I know that sounds like super cliche, but like, it's your world, you know? Like, make the most of it.
Small uses his work ethic that he learned from the field and uses it to give customers the best that he can. He offers specials on crawfish, boudin, corn, and other sides that customers can choose from. While also selling fresh meats, he is passionate about giving people a taste of the South. What was just a hobby is now his very own business.
His journey didn't end in 2021, but instead, Smalls turned his passion into something bigger off the field. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Kristen Gracia.
If you want to show this new small business some support, make sure to follow them at Boot Boys Seafood on Instagram and visit them in Port Allen Thursday through Sunday from 12 to 8. Next at 5, find out how you can start planning for your future right now. Stay with us.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love.
You're mine.
As summer approaches, many students are looking for jobs to apply for over the break. But one key factor can make or break their chances at this opportunity. Career advisors say that building strong professional habits are just what can set a student apart in a competitive job market. From the way the student introduces themselves to how they follow up after meeting someone, real preparation starts in everyday interactions. Advisors suggest that when it comes to building professional skills, students should start as soon as possible.
There's so many things that need to be done and opportunities to get them done through your 4 years of college. I really impress upon freshmen to get started, as soon as they feel comfortable.
By joining an on-campus organization or taking on leadership roles and attending career-related events, you can start building the bridge to your future right now.
Well, that is all the time we have for tonight's Newsbeat.
To stay up to date on LSU news and sports, be sure to follow us on social media at LSU Tiger TV.
And be sure to tune in to Newsbeat every Monday through Thursday live at 5. Until next time, I'm Audrey Foster.
And I'm Lexi DeCastro. Have a great night.